compare those vessels to what you experienced with the surf boat.
During the Terravigilus study, which is when we did all the different types of boats, the Terravigilus camera was in the center. I think we had about a 200-foot run that we were going over. I was at the entrance end and Sean was at the exit end. We were both about 50 to 75 feet away from the Terravigilus camera, so we're just on opposite ends and the camera's in the center. Sitting at the base of the beginning of the runs, I didn't get to see any of the startups because I wasn't in that water column, but as we did all the runovers, which we would do a pass, they would circle around outside of the area and come back and do a second pass. I saw nothing with the exception of the wakeboard boat. You could hear them go over, you could see the shadow, but there was no movement at the 15-foot mark.
We did do one pass. The one day before we did it with them, we had a pontoon boat, and then I think Brian's bass boat, I think he went over us. We didn't see anything. You couldn't see the prop wash. You could see the shadow of the boat, that's about it. But we didn't see any prop wash. We had no movement. We didn't feel anything. Honestly, you could barely even hear it.
Okay, so in your opinion, the bottom being disturbed in the different depths of 15, 20, and 25 feet, what do you feel should be the correct bottom depth for being a safe wake surf operation? Or is, I mean...
Okay, I can tell you, I'm not a biologist, I'm not whatever. My personal feeling, I would say over 25 feet. Because we did see disturbance at 25 feet. We did have the silt out. We did see impact down there. We did have, you did feel it, and it's affecting the bottom of the lake. And if it's going down through 25 feet, it's going through that thermocline, again, I'm not a specialist, but I would think that it's screwing up your thermoclines. I don't know, I'm not a specialist, but if I'm seeing damage down there, I would think it would be doing it. I can't tell you the truth, but that's my feeling.
I would agree with that. I think 25 feet would be the better of the depths.
The lowest of the depth.
Would you guys be willing to take other divers down and give them the same kind of experience?
Yeah, if they're willing to go under a boat. I mean, this is something that we did because we're curious, right? It's an educational thing. So, yeah, I think it's really eye-opening to see it and feel it for yourself. And I think that I wasn't expecting what happened. And the first time Rich went close to us with the wakeboard boat, we really got thrown out of our spot because we weren't prepared. And after that, we kind of prepared. We came up and we said, hey, Rich, like, come a little closer to us, because even though you were far away, like, we really got moved. And so that's when we started to put our sausages up and change the way that we were doing things. And each time that we've dove, which we've done 3 different days of diving, we've learned something. So it's really interesting. And I think if any of you are divers and you want to come see it for yourself, you're welcome to come with.
I know I personally was very impressed by the professionalism that you guys brought to this study, the way that you were able to communicate what you were seeing and feeling. So I thank you. The wake surf industry and their coalition is very networked. And unfortunately, the day after we did this study, there was an email that was sent out to wake surfers across the state of Wisconsin telling them how they should respond to our research that we were doing on Lake Beulah. And they said that the research should be discredited because the divers were amateurs and that they didn't have the right credentials. that they were agitators looking to create discussion and topic. How do you respond to that?
Well, I mean, for me, like I said, we were curious. So when we were approached, we said, yes, we want to see what it's doing to the bottom of the lake. We are not professional photographers. We are dive masters, so that is the entry level for professional divers. And we enjoy diving and we care about the lakes. That's why we did this. We didn't do it. We never expected to be sitting here. I can tell you that for sure. But curiosity got us, and we wanted to see what was happening with our own eyes. And I think that that was really eye-opening and educational. And the evidence is there. Follow the evidence.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can tell you, you can take it for what you want, but I've been diving since '85. Rich knows I was on dive teams for the fire department that I worked for. So we got a lot of time under our belt in the water. A lot of wreck dives, a lot of cavern dives, a lot of not so fun dives. But we are serious divers. We practice buoyancy all the time. We practice everything every time we're in the water. We just don't go out and just swim. So you take it for what you want.
Yep.
I can tell you, we're experienced divers. And if you guys really want to come out, we'd be more than happy to take you down. I trust Rich with my life. I've known Rich my whole life, and I know that's kind of scary, but we grew up together. We grew up together, his family and my family. So we wouldn't put you in harm's way. But if you have any questions, you know.
So one of the requests that we got from the town is the town wanted to see local data. They wanted to see data on Lake Beulah. I don't think it gets any more local than this, than having you guys come and be a testimony for what's happening. So I, on behalf of Protect Lake Beulah and the Management District, want to thank you guys for your participation. Do you want to take it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I've been asked to make an announcement that we have the Big Wakes Hertz Lake signs that are available out in by the area where all the good treats are as well. So please go help